my ladies and pretty gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Look What's Happening in the Spiritual Realm with yours truly, Light. This is one of those messages that you might want to sit back and relax on, because I have something to unload on you. And this is a puzzle piece that has been connected. What I'm hearing, or what I've been hearing, is that I've always been around. You might find it very hard to believe, but I've always been around. What we're going to be talking about today is demonic heritage, and exactly what is going on with the energies around you, and where we find ourselves as a collective. Because we have very new players, but we also have a very devastating realization. And it goes deeper, and we're going to break this down as I always like to. The people that have come into your life, they're not just random people. You and them have a common background. And by that common background, I mean you have a so-called demonic heritage that you share. This energy that says, I've always been around, is a specific demon that has been attached to your family or you in particular since you are very young. And this demon has a tendency to hop into people. This is why a lot of chosen ones find themselves confused when people all of a sudden do a 180 on you and completely behave differently than they were when you first met them, to the point where you are constantly isolated and constantly questioning yourself and constantly internalizing things. Well, this energy that's saying that I've always been around, this energy is what I would like to consider a parallel of you, or the lineage that you share between this person and you. There is a very common demon. What was supposed to happen with your interaction was that this demon was supposed to conquer them and conquer you. Because this energy is the energy I've described as the affianced, or those who are about to be sort of married off or given off into a new karmic cycle, to be tested or tried by the fire. And the energy that I've considered the enigma or the chosen or the joker, for a nice little quirky term, is those who were once affianced or sort of dressed in white metaphorically in spiritual terms and thrust into a fresh karmic cycle that I will be breaking down at the end of this November. Perhaps December 1st, there's going to be a blog about this. But if you want to get a deeper understanding as to the terminology that I'm using that has been concocted by Spirit Team alongside all the work that I've been doing, check out the blog that I've done for November. It's in the description box down below. But I'm going to continue breaking this down into the minute detail so that we can understand everything that is not just happening right now, but that is to come. And it can be easier for us to see the cycle of, I don't want to say demonic heritage, but it is what it is. Because we are not fighting against people, but against energies, entities that attach to their specific trauma, and they start to feed off of people by triangulating them. But we're not going to break into that today. We're going to keep pushing down this path. Because, as I mentioned, there were people or affianced who have come into your life, and you are the great unmasker, the great unmasker. Only because you have went through that ring of fire, you've been tried by the fire, and you have experienced the karmic realities. You know the demonic heritage that you have inherited. But there was an energy that came into your life, an affianced. It could have been a friend, a connection, something. These energies did not know exactly what was coming for them. And you, right, they may have had past people that have been considered oppressors or karmic, those who have went through the affianced stage, or those who were tried through the 7-year tribulation is what I like to call the karmic cycle, and came out as an oppressor, meaning they succumbed to the demon and they let it possess them. These are what I call oppressors. The oppressor from your heritage or from the people that you have dealt with in the past, and the oppressor of this new affianced, and the people they have dealt with in the past, they work in tandem. They work in tandem to filter out any new energy that can possibly create a breakaway in the timeline, meaning enigma, joker, chosen energy that merges and to create a timeline that is virtually untouchable by these entities. This is why the war is so great when it comes to chosen ones. But this is not what this video is about. We're talking about what has happened to the affianced and how the dynamic between them and a past energy of yours or theirs, depending on how this resonates for you, is playing on their insecurities. Because when this energy came into your life, they were supposed to pass on their demon to you. They were supposed to be the thing that breaks you, that creates that final crack, that will completely unravel you, turn you to dust, so that you can succumb to being the oppressor. And in so many ways, these demons kind of thrive on that because they believe that you, dear collective chosen ones, can make the best oppressor. You see, there are people who are currently heading the demonic heritage in your family and in theirs, and they need people to pass on the torch to. They need this karmic cycle to continue. And you have been chosen for that. Not only for that karmic cycle, but also to break it. And since you have put yourself forward, this demon was supposed to, mind you, they know you, right? This is why you might feel a sense of familiarity to certain people that you meet. And now I'm starting to see that as a negative thing, in my opinion. Because what you are feeling, that familiarity, is that spirit. It's a familiar spirit between you and their lineage. It doesn't matter if you are halfway across the world from this person. It doesn't matter. You are connected through, as they like to call it, childhood traumas or demonic heritage, as I would like to call it. That is where the familiarity comes in. And you have passed you've been considered a champion of several karmic cycles. But this one was supposed to change something in you permanently, for the worst. But it was supposed to do the same thing for this affianced, this person that came into your life. You see, you may have even warned them. You may have shared your experiences with them, but something about them was naive. And they didn't know the kind of demon that was about to handle them. And they were handled. That's what I'm hearing. And the funniest part, or the sickest bit, is that regardless of this demon being attached to a past oppressor or karmic of theirs or yours, I have a sense that it is in tandem, right? These people have a connection, a web-like connection in the shadow realm. This person, they struggle when it comes to you. This energy struggles when it comes to you because they literally have no idea how to overcome what you overcome. They have no idea. In fact, what they have done is to blame you because they feel a sense of injustice. This demon, this energy, played them to an extent where this person was driven into the darkest parts of themselves. And they acted on it because they felt like they were trapped. They couldn't reach you, they couldn't come to you, they couldn't communicate to you because they had to let down their guard. They had to be something that they have never been before because so much was at stake. But because of that, they felt like you became completely out of reach, like you were making it difficult for them. But it's because you know what you're dealing with. You know the kinds of energies these people have attached to them. And you know it is not worth anything. But this energy had to learn the hard way. And instead of taking it as I've been fooled, I was played, they became bitter towards you, is what I'm hearing. But now the tables are turning again. So much turning has happened in November. I'm spinning, I'm nauseous. The tables are turning again. Meaning now the rage that the affianced feels because you seem to still be unshakable, unmovable. The demon that was in their lineage was not able to accomplish the mission that was set to accomplish by destroying you. It wasn't able to accomplish that mission. So now you are literally the emperor. Male or female, it does not matter. You are the emperor, and the empress is within you. You have literally embodied all of these parts that in some fashion was supposed to be shared with this affianced who was supposed to be ushered in. It's not over for them is what I'm hearing. It may not have anything to do with your timeline, because I do feel like the timeline has completely broken away. They cannot reach you. But it isn't over for them, meaning the oppressor. The oppressor is now enjoying or savoring a victory. That's what I'm hearing. These karmics are savoring a victory. They don't see the future calamity that's ahead of them. They're literally in the midst of celebrating. They got their little win. They feel like they are now ruling over the information. They have something on the head of this affianced or this energy that came into your life. They have something over them is what I'm hearing. Some kind of secret, some kind of illegal thing, something over them, to the point where now they're ruling over them. I have made this video before about this specific little part that I just said, but this is what I'm hearing. This is where the table has turned. Instead of blaming you and trying to victimize you because they don't understand, and by them I mean the affianced, this person that was fooled. They felt like they had no way out, so they wanted to tarnish your name, victimize you. They wanted to kind of gang up on you and overpower you, because it became a situation of, I can't lose this person, but I can't do right by them either. But now that's not even accessible anymore. So what has happened is they are turning slowly but surely. The gears are starting to turn towards the oppressor. When I say these karmics have made themselves an enemy, several enemies, by trying to make you the enemy, they have no idea the calamity that is about to befall them. And it's a kind of calamity that is accumulating. It has an accumulative essence to it. So every win that they think they have won, it's almost like they have to keep the lies going, but that's not even it. That's not it. That's not it. It's not even about the lies, because they already have a win. That's what I'm hearing. They have a win. They have managed to gather enough people, gather enough evidence, gather enough ammunition, is what I heard, to entrap this person that was fooled about you. And it's funny, it's so funny to me, because for the most part, you probably have told or insinuated, this person kind of knew intuitively that you were right about certain things that you said. They knew intuitively that these people were a false light. They knew that, but they had something in them, a shadow that they had to deal with. You see, this is why I call them the affianced. It's like they're about to be engaged. They're about to be married off, sold off into a karmic cycle, into a beginning of a karmic cycle. They're at the cusp of a change in their life. And this person is witnessing, this person who's been fooled about you, about themselves too, about everything, is experiencing all these aspects of themselves that they have not dealt with for a long, long time, since the very beginning. Not just about themselves, but about the demonic heritage that they've inherited from their family, from every connection that they have made. It's like the fuel is becoming internalized. But as that happens, they're beginning to not just admire, appreciate, miss, but be inspired by you. To the point where the tables are, without the oppressor knowing, right? They're kind of celebrating something right now. They're like, I got something here. That's good. And they don't know. They have secret enemies around them, dotted around them. Like their eyes are just closed, but they're in the dark. And before they know it, it's going to be open. And they're going to be meat, dead meat. That's what I'm hearing. Especially those who have went above and beyond to do such evil things. They are not going to be sleeping well, right? Their win is so horrible. It's like a fraught will. It's like an ill-fought, fraught with like anxiety type of win. They've made themselves an enemy of the person that thought you were the enemy, because they didn't want to face the hardest truth. Not just about the people around them, but about themselves. So this is why I call the Enigma the Great Unmasker. You came across these individuals in a crossroad because they needed to see something before they were thrust into the darkness. They can't do anything now. They can't move. All they can do is sit there tied up, watching who they are, watching what is going on. And the type of anger and ammunition that's being built towards the oppressor. Because I'm hearing you were kinder to the oppressor. You just left them. You just gathered your stuff emotionally, spiritually, and left them. But now they have an enemy that's not just going to leave them alone. They have an enemy that's going to destroy them. I'll leave it at that. I hope this resonated. And if it didn't, it wasn't for you. All my love, as usual. Thank you for being patient. I will be making more videos. And this video in specific is going to be tagged or included in the blog that I'm working on. That's going to really help you understand what I've been getting from beautiful, beautiful spirit. I'm so grateful. And yeah, bye. Until next time. I don't reach out. Remember that.